We got back to camp probably within 15 minutes of each other, and she had already gotten most of hers ripped apart.
Yeah, it was funny. There was 5 or 6 guys over there working on his Jeep, and then just me and my girlfriend over working on my buggy.
Well, this has been, 3 months in the making? We have been trying to get back together?
Yeah, it's been, September was crazy busy for me. And then I came home and after 5 weeks of traveling and then got sick like 3 weeks in a row. I'd be sick and then I'd be good for a week and then I'd be sick again. And then just trying to get life priorities, back in order, get caught up on work. And it's been a crazy past couple of weeks.
And that voice you hear is Leah. We're here in Steven City again with Leah and Brent. God, like I said, it's been 3 months. We've been trying to get together. I had your artwork done for the episode the first time. I think it was episode like 60 something, and now this will be 70 something. But yeah, I'm excited to finally be back out here.
Whoops.
Oh no, it's all good. It was me too. I think you canceled a few times and I canceled a few times, and I finally just was it yesterday I texted you? Yeah. And I'm like, hey, let's finally do this.
Yep.
But that works. You guys have been burning at like both ends of the stick. What have you guys been up to, or what haven't you been up to?
Gosh, I mean,
because a lot of shit's changed since we saw you.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Work and wheeling, and then the two combined. Also, I took a position with working for my friend Marvin Stammel at Flex Rocks Rollovers, and
she says it so casually.
I'm working for him as his project manager now. Just helping out where I can. And we just had the first Flex Rocks Rollovers Wild Ride, which is the fan ride, basically. Nice. And so we went through the wild card applications to be on 24 Hell and Back, and we're just going to keep those applications and encourage people to continue submitting those. And if you submit one of those applications, then you get your name gets put in the hat to join one of these wild rides.
Nice.
So we did 2 days in Tennessee. We hit Windrock Park for a day, which was just a teaser for me. And then we hit the sand mines the next day, and we had a great group of people. It was really fun, diverse rigs. Brent actually came on that trip and showed everybody how he terrorizes the Rubicon. Yeah. And so that episode is out now. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment.
So what does project manager for Flex Rocks and Rollovers actually entail? Like, what do you do?
Like logistics.
Okay.
Basically, like whatever he needs help with, like anything from film permits, organizing a trail ride, social media, just, merch stuff, kind of just his right-hand person.
Jack of all trade.
Yeah. Master of none.
Jack of all trade, master of none, but jack of all trades better than one.
Yeah. There you go.
So...
But yeah, it's really cool working with Marvin. We've developed a friendship over the past couple years, and it's a great opportunity. It's good for both of us.
Yeah. So did you get your way into that through like the like what you guys did, the wild card? You were the wild card one year, right?
Yeah. 1 year I got invited on Hell and Back. Holly couldn't make it, and I think Marvin wanted to get another
How's she doing now? She broke her neck
in there.
Last year? 2 years ago? No, it was last year.
Yeah, it was earlier this year.
Okay.
But she's, as far as I know, last time I chatted with her, she's healing up. She's doing good, and I think she's going to be back out on the trails in just a couple weeks for her first time wheeling in a few months. And I think she's going to hit King of the Hammers again, and a couple Ultra 4 races this year with the new build. What is it? No.
Nessie.
Nessie. I wanted to say Nelly, but Nessie, that's it.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, the Ultra 4 races are fun. You have to do that. I did the one up in PA.
Yeah, I would love to go to one.
It's a great time. You guys would fit in so good.
Yeah.
It's a great time. So what other? I mean, you've been wheeling all over. Has it all been for work, or has it been just fun, or is it a little bit of both?
Like the Flex Rocks Rollovers Wild Ride was kind of work and fun. But then a couple weeks before that, I was helping do media coverage for the X-Rock Extreme Rock Crawling Comp, and that was at Field and Forest, which is a amazing park if you've never been there. But I went there and did media coverage with Tiffany, and that was really cool. And I was going to compete in the SLRC comp that weekend, but after working, being there and working for 3 or 4 days, Sunday came around and I finally didn't have to work, and that was the day of the comp, and I was like,
just exhausted.
I'm wheeling.
Yeah.
I'm wreck wheeling. Last time I was at this park was for 24-hour hell and back. I didn't get to see all the park has to offer. I just want to wheel. Like, I have nothing to prove in competing, and I just want to get out and have some fun.
Yeah.
And, I towed the trailer there by myself, 12 hours, and I was like, I'm not going to miss out the opportunity to get to wheel this park.
And wheeling with friends is the most fun.
Yeah, well, it was actually just me, my friend Kevin, who does photography for X-Rock. He rode with me, and Jared, a local to that area, took me around, and we hit every single blue and black trail, which, if you want to compare it to like maybe the Cove or Good Evening Ranch or something, the black trails there are more like red trails, and the blue trails are like black trails. But we just blasted all day Sunday and hit every blue and black trail, and it was awesome. I have
good for the mental health.
Yes, I needed that. I had no regrets about that decision. And like I said, I really wanted to check out more of that park, and I did want to run a red trail, but I got shut down. They were like, he said, no, not on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Because their red trails are like super gnarly. That's what we ran on hell and back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild as you get into it more professionally. The fun doesn't go away, but the recreational like enjoyment of it, and just like getting out and like being able to go shoot the shit and just like have a good time, opposed to like,
I want to have a few 15-minute runs and then just be standing around, or
getting content or talking to people or organizing stuff. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, my heart lies with rec wheeling, and that's where you get in the seat time and the confidence in your rig. And I'm not saying I'm not going to try competing again, but my last 2 attempts have been a blunder. I went to compete at SLRC and Good Evening Ranch earlier this year, and I did the qualifying day and did pretty good. And then we rec wheeled a bunch, and then I went out the night before the comp and broke my buggy pretty good. And then I didn't get to compete in the final day. Mm-hmm. And so not a great run for me with SLRC this season.
Yeah, so the same thing, not to that extent, but the same thing happened where, I mean, the rec wheeling actually got the best of you that weekend. You were just having fun and it got you.
Yeah, well, I kind of made a stupid decision. We were going up Cripple Creek Trail at the Good Evening Ranch, which is kind of a famous trail from that park.
It wasn't just her. It was all of us.
Yeah, we were all kind of... being stupid, and
it's the best times. It's the best stories.
Yeah, somebody got stuck, and I was like, "Oh, let me help you." And even though he had a winch and there was plenty of trees, I was like, "Oh yeah, just hook up to my buggy and I'll pull you up here." And and I broke like so much in just one shot.
We had some communication issues.
Yeah, Brent said no, and I thought he said go. So
I was behind her probably like 10, 15 feet and up from him, and his front axle's wedged into like a point of a rock on a waterfall.
Yeah.
And he's winching in. The winch is, bogging down. Her tires are squatting because they're just getting pulled so hard into the ground. And she lockers are on. I'm telling him, no, stop. Well, she thought I had said go. She put that sucker in drive and just walk up, pow.
No more racing opinions.
I blew up my locker, and
the tires could not
ripped
spin.
my link off.
Oof.
Broke an axle shaft. Like all in one
Yeah,
shot.
the winch line was hooked
Damn.
directly
Yeah.
to her axle.
So
tube,
like my next couple trips,
pulling down on it.
yeah, my next
He's down. At
While
the
you're trying to
bottom
give power, everything's
yeah.
binding.
my next couple wheeling trips after that, I was like still paying for the carnage from that. Like kept finding other things that I had tore up when that happened. Like we thought it was just the locker and the links that ripped off, the link mounts that ripped off. But no, I like stressed the welds on several of my link tabs and
both axle shafts, the cages.
yeah,
had cracked in the
yeah,
fields.
it was rough. It's we got it all fixed up now. We're probably going to redo all my link tabs this winter and get those mounted differently. There's the guy who built the rig didn't exactly mount those links right, and the geometry isn't great. So we're going to try and clean that up this winter.
Try to improve it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee trip.
Yeah, Tennessee.
We had some carnage.
Yeah, apparently I've been running my transfer case with no cradle or spline or
Like 2
anything.
years now.
Yeah, for a couple years now, and the
yeah, I
SAMI
remember these
cases.
pictures.
Yeah, the SAMI cases are known to be weak as it is. So I finally cracked it clean in half when we got to Windrock a couple days before the wild ride started, and just split it clean in half. But we were able to find another case out there in Tennessee and got that put in that night.
It was just me and her out on the trail. Like, oh, let's go check this place
shit.
out. And so we're going up some blue trail, and I'm like, oh, this is way too easy. Let's go hit this double black diamond.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
I broke on the ledge at Trail 21, if you're familiar with Windrock Park. Right there, it took 2 winches to get me off that just because we didn't want the buggy rolling down that ledge there.
Yeah, and then 3 hours
Yeah.
to get back.
Yeah.
You were in the Rubicon?
Yeah, so he
I
would
couldn't really get around her because the trail was so tight.
Yeah.
So we were winching 75 feet at a time.
yeah,
Damn.
we had
Until
to
we
take
got to a spot where I could get around her and then pull her.
yeah,
So you
I
had
had no drive. We
You
took
had
both
your
drive shafts out.
winch on the front pulling you forward in
To
the
a
buggy,
tree.
and then your winch on
Yeah.
the back keeping her from rolling down.
and then at one point, like
Yeah.
like
Further down the
he
trail,
had to
once it
be-
got steep on the descent, I had to hook up my winch
Yeah,
and
yeah.
be behind her. But before that happened, she was
yeah, I probably need new brake
behind
pads.
me still. She was behind me still for me pulling her, and the brakes weren't working really good because there's no drive shafts, there's no engine braking going on with the gearing, and she rolls right into the back of me.
Did you have it idling at least so you had power brakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we were working the steering and
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was,
Oh yeah, I guess with the
So then
winch
we-
forward, and then he had a strap hooked up behind me so I could go down the steep descents, and then we had to get around a tight turn, and
It was tricky. It was
as wild as it sounds, I haven't been rock crawl wheeling in a long God, the last time I had my Cherokee out was June. And I miss the chaos like that. That shit is so much fun when you're trying to figure out how you're gonna get off. Like
definitely-
wheeling.
Yeah, we kept her cool.
Wheeling is always fun, but for me it's so much more fun when there's chaos and shit breaks and you got to figure out how to unfuck yourself.
yeah,
it's like a
it's all
team
part of
effort.
it.
Yeah.
It's all part of it, and then it makes it makes for good stories, and it's also a good learning experience. And every time you break something, you learn your limits, and you learn the rig limits, and you learn what not to do in the future.
So at least for me, when I learn my rig limits and something breaks, I strengthen that part, and there's a new weak link.
I don't mind breaking because that means it's time for upgrades.
Exactly.
The new case
The
we
issue
got
just
down
goes
there.
further down the line.
Yeah.
The new case we got down there was stock gearing, so now I got to get a new 6.5-to-1 trail gear set up in that stock case, and I still have another spare transfer case here, so that's good. But we're gonna fab up some kind of cradle this time and see if I can get more life out of this one. But maybe down the road I'll upgrade transfer cases, but I got 2 more SAMI cases to burn up.
I think the cradle will help, and once we rip everything out, we're gonna pull the transmission too and just go through that, see what the clutches look like. So
Yeah,
you
I
can
think
still
we have
get
some bad
rebuild
seals.
kits.
I think we have some bad seals in there because it just
Doesn't want to shift when it's cold.
yeah. Once it gets warmed up, it's fine. But check out those seals. Maybe run a thicker fluid in there, and we'll see. But
so are you guys gonna put on the brakes this winter and like actually fix shit and finish your buggy and kind of take a
she's
beat?
Trying to squeeze in one more ride, which I probably won't go, but yeah, want to get my buggy done, want to get all this maintenance done to her rig. And
well, we got those Ralph Creek passes, so I'm going to use mine one more time in November. I don't know if I'll get my transfer case re-geared before then, but...
when are you going in November?
There is a group going, I think, like November 15th, 17th, somewhere in there. Just a bunch of guys with buggies. It's going around on Facebook. I was like, I'm going.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was like, I got to get one more trip in before the winter, or I have to.
Yeah, I think that's my last trip of the year is this weekend. We leave tomorrow. We're just doing the National Forest thing, kind of bombing around.
Yeah.
The overlanding thing is camp in one place and then ripping through National Forest and dirt roads, going to the next place. And I think my last one of this year is tomorrow.
Nice. That'll be fun.
I know. It's always tough trying to, like, when you got to make like your trip in November, when you have to make the decision that you're hanging it up for the year. I know it's only the year, and it'll be the end of October, and yours is the middle of November, so you only got... Do you guys call it quits for the winter? Like, do you do any winter wheeling?
Yeah, we did last year.
Winter wheel, yeah, but like I said, I mean...
I'm always down to wheel. I will never say no.
Don't hit up Brent. Hit up Leah if you want to wheel with them.
No.
Yeah. Well, Brent will like fight it and be like, no, we can't squeeze another trip in. And then I'll be like, yes, we are. I'm going with or without you. And then next thing you know, he's all about it. And I'm like, yeah, what was all that bitching and complaining for?
And the bad thing for you is she's got the confidence with the truck and trailer now. So she's just literally just taking it and going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with or without you now. So
I'm so tired of wheeling my little Jeep.
Yeah, the Jeep needs a break. The last trip out, he really did a number on it. The last 2 trips out, it's like...
It holds up good though. Not Cherokee. Your Rubicon holds up great.
Yeah. Because you ripped the link mounts off of it.
He built it tough though. I mean, he used all, really good parts, and he did a really good job with the build. Brent's a really good builder and fabricator, so he's been around for a long time, and he knows who makes the good stuff and how to do things properly. So, to see the Rubicon perform that way, it's not much of a surprise to me. And a lot of it's driver. So
yeah, I've wheeled it hard for
'cause it shadows
3 years now.
It shadows her buggy almost all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take different lines. I'm sure
it's got bypasses and different lines.
Yeah, we take different lines, but I mean...
There's definitely stuff the Jeep can't do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right there.
He tries.
With everybody else. Yeah, I do at least try.
Yeah.
But yeah, the factory front lower link mounts...
it hasn't been long yet?
They ripped off. No, it's short arm metal cloak.
Yeah, I think if it was, it would do a lot more.
Yeah.
But
so it's the full Game Changer kit, 3.5 inch, that's all. Running Highline fenders and 37s with bead locks and 513 gears with that 4-to-1 transfer case.
Stock 44 up front?
Yeah, stock 44. It's, R-Tech truss, RCVs. It's got the PSC big bore box, rock crawler steering linkage, and it's just tough as nails.
Threw all the parts at it. Yeah,
it's got Dynatrack, Pro Steer, chromoly ball joints. So, I mean, everything that really needed attention, 1350 drive shafts. It's put up with a lot. The link mount finally ripped off. I was blasting down a dirt road. It comes off. I'm hearing this noise. Sounds like exhaust rattling on the ground. Buddy pulls up. He's like, dude, stop. You're done. You're broke. We shoved a couple bolts in it, got it back to camp, welded it all up, wheeled the rest of the weekend. We left there, dropped it off at my buddy's shop, and we had it fixed in a couple days. And the following weekend, we were packing up, putting everything in the trailer, and went to Tennessee.
Do both rigs fit in the trailer?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and the new buggy will fit in there too. That was the main reason for getting that trailer. And then when we got the wheels for his new build, we had to make sure we got 20-inch wheels with 4.5-inch back spacing, and that way we knew it would fit in the trailer.
Width-wise?
Yeah. Through the door opening, it's got 1 inch to spare.
On either side or total?
On either side.
Okay.
On the outside, of the tire. So.
Did you guys get the living space built out in the trailer?
No, that's just a whole project. Like, we started doing this and that, and you kind of have to be in it and use it before you know exactly what you want to do, before you just go building it out.
And you have a general idea of what you need to do in the beginning, but
we want to wait until his rig is done, and then we see how much space we really have to work with and what we have to do. Like, we're probably going to have to do where our bed like pulleys down from the ceiling.
Well, that's cool. So you park under the bed, and then the bed lowers when you pull the
we'll
Jeep
put
out.
my buggy in first, so there's more headroom for the bed, something like that. Like right now it works. We got a counter, a sink, water, refrigerator, microwave, but other than that,
that's everything you need.
Yeah, it really is.
AC unit for free.
We are going to make it really nice once both rigs are done. Just some creature comforts and make it aesthetically pleasing for me.
Yeah, I had a partition wall set up right after we got the trailer. I mean, put a whole bunch of work into it, like, oh, this is sweet, And then my plan was like, oh, we'll pull Leah's buggy in, then we'll pull the Jeep in, and all good. First trip out, the tail was wagging so bad because the weight was off, and so to get it back home, I just took the hood off my Jeep, and then I was able, and tires were aired down. I was able to fit underneath the.
Okay, because I guess the Jeep's heavier than the buggy.
Yeah. So that was all that got ripped back out. So we're just going to wait this time until we really deck it out, and I want to do like a shower pan and stuff, and instant water heater. And those things. So
doing the build out in a small space is very challenging when you're trying to make it usable too, and not just cram shit in there. That's what I'm doing with the JK. Is since I've gotten to the overlanding stuff with the JK, it's a 2-door, it's tiny, and trying to fit 2 people, 2 dogs, a cooler. In the winter, I've got my buddy heater, and I've got tents, cots.
Yeah, my buddy Tommy, Twin Stick Rollers, he's done a really good job with his enclosed trailer and getting everything packed into the front really tight with bunk beds and stuff.
You should have him on here.
PJ's been pushing for it.
I'll shoot him a message.
He's got a full solar setup and stuff, so it's pretty legit.
Yeah. So what's coming next with you guys now that you got your trip in November, but now that you're slowing down for the winter, is it just...
I've been trying to just peck away at my buggy, and then, we got this other build going on it's a 95 Chevy Tahoe. So
it's a friend's.
It's a friend's.
I was going to say, that your yard is packed full of stuff, and I did not see a Tahoe anywhere.
Brent, he kind of gave Brent the reins. Him and Anthony over at Valley Gearing are going to tackle that build. But he really wants to get out wheeling with us. So if you saw the other night, I posted some Swampers up. We were mounting on some Dirty Life beadlocks, and it's for that build.
Nice.
42 Swampers, got a hell of a deal on them. And then Battleborn, they hooked me up with a little discount code, so that was nice.
Oh, Battleborn wheels. Sorry,
it's getting
Battleborn wheels. Yeah,
it's getting solid axle swapped.
It's already solid axle swapped. Nice. All that's done. It's got some kit from like 15, 20 years ago, and so a lot of the hard work's done for me. I just got to cut the leaf spring perches off the frame, move them up 1 bolt hole.
Okay.
I got Chevy 63 springs. And then
leaf spring engineering is wild to me because
Yeah,
there's so much thought process that goes into that. Like, I feel like leaf springs they're simpler, but figuring out spring length, spring rate, shackle length, the location of everything.
Yeah, I mean this kind of thing's just been done so many times. Pirate 4x4. I mean, it's just you do this. This is what you do.
Yeah, I was watching.
So it's pretty straightforward. And then I'm gonna get the
Grind Hard. Grind Hard had a really good video with the Mini Cooper about measuring spring length, spring rate, and setting a shackle size for that. And it was like, I thought I was just going to watch a fun video about a Mini Cooper build. And I'm like, there's so much good stuff in here about setting up leaf springs. It's amazing.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to get the back all dialed in, and then I'll be able to get the 4-link in the front all set up to be as low as possible. Got 14-inch coilovers for it, brand new and full hydro. And
hell yeah.
But yeah, then as far as my buggy goes, just been trying to peck away at that. Got all the drivetrain in place. Everything's painted. Skid plate's done. Floor pans are done. Seats are in. Seat belts are done.
Did you get the steering issue fixed where you had to put the carrier in for that? Last time I was up here, you were saying your steering wheel's a little loose.
Oh,
and you're going to put that little carrier bushing in there?
Haven't done that yet. Nope. Just waiting till the ideal idea comes to mind. See, I want it to look clean. So yeah.
That's the big goal.
Yeah, we're pretty much just. I'm going to try to get in a couple more trips, but before it gets too cold out. But other than that, we're just going to buckle down. Try to. Recoup some money, save money, and put it right back into his buggy build and get that done. It has to be done for 2024 season. We have to go to Trail Hero next year. Like I can't miss another year of Trail Hero.
That seems like such a cool event. It seems like it's going to blow up though. Like it's been kind of on the down low the last few years. It's been like just the big names have been out there. I feel like next year and the next few years, because it's getting so much publicity.
COVID messed everything up.
Yeah, it's gonna blow up. It's gonna be 100,000 people in no time.
Yeah, well, hopefully not next year. I don't like a lot of people.
I know.
But so that's big plans for next year is make Trail Hero happen. We'll probably skip out on EJS. The weather's just not favorable during that time of year. And, it's a little more of a Jeep event. So if we go there, we want to hit area BFE. So, it doesn't really matter if you go during EJS, but they do put on the Black Flag Challenge and they have some cool stuff going on during that time frame also. But I mean, if I had like heated seats and a heated steering wheel in the buggy,
Come on, PRP, where you at?
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to go back up there. I definitely want to go to area BFE again though, because there's a lot there that we still didn't even get to do. And it's just a really, really cool place. But we got to make Sand Hollow and Trail Hero happen. And, then I'm going to host my first event, my first She Crawls event. So details will be coming soon on that. Can't say too much yet. Got to confirm some things with the park. But that should be happening. And
East Coast local, I assume.
Yeah, and a lot of people are interested in it already, so that should be good. We're hoping to have a band and a food truck, and
hear that. All right.
Just some good old fashioned wreck wheeling. Just a fun event.
Spring, summer, fall of 24.
Spring. It's probably going to be like a spring shakedown type event.
Okay. So I'll make sure the Cherokee's ready. I'll have to find a truck, but I'll make sure the Cherokee's ready.
Absolutely. Make sure it's ready. I expect you to be there.
All right.
But so other than that, we kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We don't plan too much in advance for stuff. I like to keep it open because if an invite pops up for something and we want to go, we're able to do that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And it was a busy season. We got a lot of wheeling in.
How many do you guys have? I'm sure you could look at your calendar. How many weekends this year? I mean, we're only in October, but how many weekends this year were you wheeling versus at home? Because it seems like there's more time away more weekends away from home.
I mean, if you average it out, probably every other weekend.
God damn.
Or,
I mean, that's the goal though,
or
right?
Twice a month, something like that. Yeah, I mean, you buy a nice trailer, a nice truck to tow it, and you got rigs to wheel, do it.
Well, and that was when I bought my Duramax, because I've since sold my Duramax, I was like, I'm finally at a place, me and my wife bought a house, like I've got a good steady job. I'm like, I can finally get out. I'll get my diesel and go out every other weekend. And it didn't work out. I love seeing that you guys can actually do that. Because, I mean, that really is the goal, is just to go enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy to always do it and make it happen. But, the fact that I can tow the trailer and my buggy and I'm fairly capable and I can work on my own rig to some extent. I can pull my axles apart. I can replace an axle shaft. I can drop the diff, test the locker. I can do a good bit on my own. And so that makes it easier because Brent can't always come. And, with working a full-time job and running a business, but it's great that he doesn't hold me back from going out and wheeling. So, he has confidence in me. And that's, everything to me. I went to New Hampshire by myself and went to Good Evening Ranch by myself. And our last trip to the Cove, I broke and came back to camp and fixed it by myself.
Cove breaks everyone. I know it's unassuming because everyone's like Virginia wheeling. There's no such thing.
I break everywhere.
But the Cove breaks everyone all the
Yeah,
time.
that trip, it was like, I messaged her, I was like, I'm broke. Like, the Jeep actually finally broke.
Yeah, he never breaks. I was like, what? And then 10 minutes later, I texted him and I was like, I'm broke too.
Were you guys with Big Dogs guiding separately?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we got back to camp probably within 15 minutes of each other, and she had already gotten most of hers ripped apart.
yeah, it was funny. There was 5 or 6 guys over there working on his Jeep, and then just me and my girlfriend over working on my buggy. Like, she was handing me tools, helping hold the diff up and stuff.
Girl power, though.
I was like, this is funny.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's usually the girls that get all the attention, I guess. Just Brent, the dudes like Brent. I don't know what it is.
Well, what it is people are like, oh, I don't know how to work on Toyota stuff.
Yeah.
It's
and I
so
was like,
funny
I'm
because
like,
it's
that's
all
fine.
the same.
I was like, I don't need you to. I can do it. That's fine. I just give me a hand if I
There's
need it.
definitely a couple little quirks about it that, like, if you don't know the proper technique, you're going to struggle.
Well, I was out on the trail and the spare axle shaft I put in was just kind of crappy, and that one broke, and I just completely blasted the boot on that, or the berth, and you know, the group of buggy guys I was with, they were like, well, we'll help you get off the trail, but we don't know how to work on Toyota stuff, so you're kind of on your own. And I was like, I just don't have any tools. So if you guys can lend me tools, I can get it, you know, where I can pull the flange off and at least get it out of here without doing any more damage. So yeah, I did that, and so
That's right,
I think I earned some credits.
That's like
there.
an enclosed C, right? Mm-hmm. Like the U joint is enclosed in like a little capsule.
Yeah. Yep. So, it's got the full steel Burfield ball.
Okay. That's what you said. It's Burf. Like, that's a word that I don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the Burfields. I guess you could compare it to the boot. On
I get the axle shafts are CV axle shafts, which is
scary to some people.
What does that mean?
It's not CVT. I know what it's constantly variable, maybe, because
constant velocity.
Constant velocity, because the CVT is. I just said the words and I can't remember.
It's a constant velocity.
Yeah.
Which I was watching a video the other day. It was showing the difference between U joints and a CV. And when a U joint axle shaft rotates, it's got a point there where it's speeding up and slowing down. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
That's why when you do the what's the word? I'm gonna think of it. I can't think of the word. It's the U joint style. That's a U joint, like a little knuckle and another U joint, and then it shoots down out of the transfer case.
Oh yeah.
What is that called?
Gosh.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Double cardan?
Double cardan. Yeah, so double cardan eliminates that.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of a double cardan, but you can't run a double cardan in a U joint for an axle shaft.
The center pin of double cardans break because they're only like 3/8 of an inch, half inch. And if that little point breaks off, then
it all goes to hell.
Yeah, it all goes to hell. Yeah, I just finished tackling the front drive shaft on my buggy, and like nothing's welded, but it's all there and in place. And so I'm going to wait till I can flex it out, make sure everything's going to work.
Do you guys have I guess you can run up to, you guys have a good enough relationship with Chaos? We can run it up there and put it on the RTI ramp and make sure it flexes out?
Yeah, I'm sure they would let us do that. Yeah. We could also go down to the cove and put it on the ramp there, or just pull the engine hoist out.
Fair. Yeah, that's a good point.
Engine hoist. Probably
that's a little easier.
Take the tire off on that side I'm lifting up, and then I'll have more access to lift it up from a low point.
I always forget that you have a full shop in your little 1.5 car garage.
We have both buggies in there right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's squeezed in there.
Yeah. The tires are kissing. You'll have to come out though when we get done with this and look at the the Rock Lizard.
Yeah, I love seeing your projects because it's shit that I wish I could do. Because I've got my little Cherokee that I haven't touched in months, and I'm like, I just want to go wheeling. I want to work on stuff, and I come over here and I'm like, they're actually doing it. Damn it! Come on, catch up.
Everything's a process, though. Like everything is just like the Driveshaft. It took me, a week or two because I had to put the yokes and stuff on the lathe and turn things down, so everything was just like a perfect press fit. Some of it was pretty sketchy.
When I met Brent, he had a buggy.
Oh?
Yeah. Like
So were you not into it before you met Brent?
No, I didn't even had no idea.
Didn't know it existed?
No.
That's awesome.
And then I met Brent, and he had a 1-ton buggy on 42s and let
bias ply.
Yeah, and he let me drive it up at the Cove and taught me how to wheel, and I was hooked. And then we got married, had Carter, and the kids were little, so we got out of it for a few years. And then we bought the Jeeps, got back into it, and wanted to off-road them, and then it just wasn't the same, and we were like, oh, we need buggies again. So we're not new to the off-road world. Some people who are new to us assume that we are, but we're certainly not new to it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, Brent's been off-roading, wheeling since he was like 15. He started with a Toyota.
No, I started with a Cherokee.
Cherokee.
Oh yeah, brother.
But then you had a Toyota.
Yeah, I had a Cherokee. Then I had a Toyota 4Runner, XO cage.
I like that. I like the 4Runner.
14 inches and 1-ton swapped, hydro assist, and all the bells and whistles. And it was a big, heavy beast.
I'm learning a lot more about this Toyota stuff because I've never learned about it before. Like between just meeting new people rock crawling, and I mean all of overlanding is Toyotas. The Toyota world is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm very much interested in learning about just everything Toyota because it's so much different than everything I've ever messed with. If you work on like an old muscle car, like the rear end's the same. It's all the same parts. It's pretty much the same as
Toyota stuff is just surprisingly strong. I mean, I get crap for running my Toyota axles, but I mean, they're strong, and I have, clearance, and yeah, maybe I can't beat on them like, I could a Dana 60, but at the same time, they're pretty tough. And, I wheeled the heck out of my buggy up at AOP like it was a little rock bouncer. And, they hold up, once we got those reverse cut gears in there and flip the high pinion housing to where it's running on the drive side, that axle is solid now. And, the Toyota stuff it's good. It's lightweight. It's perfect for my buggy.
Plated the trusses with 1/4-inch steel and
when you're on a budget, I mean, you work with what you got.
Yeah.
I mean, people are like, why don't you have portals? Why don't you have Fab 9s? And I'm like, why doesn't money grow on trees?
Yeah, with a little driver mod, you could do anything with anything.
Yeah, if I had the money to put into it, obviously I'd have an Atlas and portals or Fab 9s, and obviously, but
the best thing you can do with a vehicle is just be a good driver, though, and you seem to be tackling that pretty damn good. Is because you're
trying to get more seat time, and
you're making your little not cobbled together, but the way when you got it was cobbled together, and you're fixing it over time, but you're making it work.
Yeah. We definitely. I mean, there's still some things we need to fix, and from the original build, that's the downside to buying a car somebody else built. You scratch your head and wonder why the heck they did something a certain way, and so sometimes it turns out to be more work because as you wheel it, you discover this needs to be fixed or this needs to be different. But it also, it was a good base to start with, and for what we paid for my buggy, it being already a rear steer rig, and the Suzuki Toyota combination, it's great. For a lightweight moon buggy.
JDM masterpiece.
Yeah, it's probably the best engine to start with as a beginner. Tear apart, put back together.
A lot of people out west run that engine.
Yeah, it's really simple.
Yeah.
16 valve, fuel injected.
So other than taking time off wheeling, you guys, because I know you guys are skiers, snowboarders, are you trying to get out and do any of that this winter? Yeah,
we just started talking about a trip with another family friends of ours.
Yeah, we'll probably do like a 4 or 5 day thing in February maybe. It's just hard because Carter misses so much school for wheeling season, and then we got to take him out of school for ski, and like the school just like gets on my ass about it, and I'm like,
we get you're having fun, but the kids got to learn
life experiences. But it is what it is. We definitely want to get some more ski trips in this year because we didn't really last year.
Yeah.
I'd like to get back out to Snowshoe. We haven't been there in a few years, and that's my favorite place around here to ski.
God, I can't remember how long it's been, damn near 4 or 5 years since I've been snowboarding. I miss it, man. It's fun getting out there. And it's
It's nice to just go to Bryce because it's close and everything's
I skied at Liberty
close
a lot.
there. Yeah. It's nice to. You just have to get out there and go and get all your gear out, and
as long as you're getting laps in and you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Same thing as off-roading.
I used to have like 2 or 3 sets of skis, full snowboard set up, and I was like, okay.
Oh, you did both?
Yeah.
Oh, good for
I
you.
was like, okay, I need to downsize.
I played ice hockey, and I couldn't ski for the life of me, and that blew everyone's mind because if you play ice hockey, you're supposed to be able to ski. Mm-hmm. I snowboarded. I put on a set of skis once, and I busted ass all day.
Yeah, it was me
so
on
bad.
a snowboard. I tried to pick up snowboarding. I never took like a lesson or anything, but I just could not pick up snowboarding and broke my wrist twice. Oof. And so Brent got me skiing, and then I was just kind of that kind of came naturally to me because I always inline skated. And
okay.
So yeah. That I enjoy skiing, and Carter likes it, and Riley likes it. So the whole family goes out and we ski. So it's nice. It keeps my hand down when I can't wheel when it's too cold out.
Mm-hmm. Always outside, always doing something. Other than She Crawls, which is coming up spring 2024. What else do you have going on next year? And not We Rock. Trail Hero that you want to get to.
Trail Hero, yeah. I'm working with X-Rock, Extreme Rock Crawling comp. I'm working with those guys, helping them out. So I hope to be at all those comps next year, just helping with media coverage. I just love it. You learn so much from those guys. They really, truly are professionals, and what they get out and do in their rigs is just incredible. The Gates Hans sets for those courses are just insane.
It's cool getting to meet the guys that are actually out there like doing the media and like running the event because there's so much knowledge there.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm helping behind the scenes a lot with that, and hope to be at the comps doing more media coverage and getting content for them and just helping out where they need it. And then, when you go to those comps, you can always get to rec wheel some too, so that's fun. And but other than that, like I said, we're kind of keeping things open for next year. Trail Hero, the She Crawls Shakedown, be at the X-Rock comps, and Brent's buggy will be done, so I'm sure we're going to be blasting as many weekends as possible.
It's happening.
It's going to be done.
Close. It's really not much.
It's all
left
those little
to get.
things right now. It's right there. It's just
Even if I had all the parts sitting there for what I still need, I don't have the time to just like keep hammering at it every day, like just doing the floor pans, So
he'll get it done this winter.
You got to get it done just so you can get out and break it, and then figure out what's broken. And then
it's not going to break.
Oh, bold words.
Yeah,
that is recorded. You know that, right?
Last thing I want to purchase before I get her going is probably some chromoly axle shafts running back. So
yeah, that's
like, the big stuff.
It's such a lightweight.
That's
rig.
a really big purchase if we're going to do that. I say he should just run stock until he breaks them. Don't buy them till you have to.
I think Yukon's gonna
hook it up.
Yeah.
All right. I need to go on that Yukon train because I need a limited slip. So Yukon, if you're listening,
limited slip. You don't need a limited slip
in the 2-door just for the overlanding stuff.
Spool.
Oh yeah. All right.
I'm joking.
Yeah, that's my goal is do a limited slip in the 2-door just for the overlanding stuff. I'm just gonna beat the Cherokee until it dies. We want to turn the Cherokee into an Ultra 4 car eventually.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
That would be so much fun.
Super cool.
Go fast.
And now that Tom hired another guy, it's actually looking like that we can
Maybe
start having some more fun instead of him cranking in the shop all the time working on customer cars. Now that he's got 3 guys in the shop, we can start having fun at the shop too, opposed to just being work. Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Exactly. Cool.
Yeah. So I recently launched some new designs on the website. So
your shit is legit, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, check out the website. I offered apparel. There's something on there for everybody. It's geared towards women and inspiring women to get out and off-road, and just kind of building a community of women who want to get out there and push the limit and learn to work on their own rig and just be about that off-road life. So yeah, we got a little bit of something on there for everybody, and I've always got new ideas floating around in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
There's more I want to do. I think I'm going to launch some tool rolls here soon.
Oh.
So that'd be
That's
nice.
cool.
Yeah. Have your own tool roll in your rig. That's always nice to have. And, so just focusing on that and work, and we're just trying to buckle down from a crazy busy season. Like I said, it was like probably every other weekend, and if you averaged it out, that we were out wheeling, or I was out wheeling and at events and stuff. So
It gets overwhelming.
September was overwhelming for me because it was like every weekend I was gone. But and Carter was already in school, and I was doing all that traveling by myself. That got overwhelming, but I never get overwhelmed with wheeling trips.
I get overwhelmed very quickly.
I can't get enough. I would wheel full time if I could.
Yeah.
I just can't get enough.
It's good for the mental health is to get out there, get away from people, and just kind of sit behind a wheel. I don't know if you listen to music or not, but listen to some casual music and just
sometimes I do, like in between trails. But when I'm on the trail, like going through obstacles and stuff, I usually turn the music off because I want to hear what's going on. Yeah. And if somebody's
I turn the music all the way up because I don't want to hear the noises.
That's how I am. But when I wheel, I'm also wheeling 33s and stock axles. So I can and I'm wheeling with people that are usually in stock rigs. So I can just beat the shit out of my rig, listen to like Britney Spears or Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I had a
and just rage on the trails.
Had a passenger at the last Cove event. This guy, Peyton, super cool guy. And he's kind of new to the wheeling world. Just got a 4-door JK, 2.5-inch lift,
Stock, yeah. It's a stock JK.
Rather stock, yeah. 2.5-inch lift, like 35s or something. And he didn't want to really wheel his Jeep the first day. Kind of wanted to feel it out, see what it was all about. And I was like, all right, well, hop in with me, man. And we ended up, I can't remember if it was before or after my leak mount ripped off, but shooting up, Coram, Pennsyltuckian, and we're just blasting. And super dry that day. Made it out of the right side exit.
The Cove is amazing when it's dry.
Yeah.
There's like West Coast traction when it's dry out there. It's crazy.
It was hooking up. I hit that right line exit coming out Pennsyltuckian with my little Jeep, and it was freaking perfect. Like I couldn't have hit a better line. And he was like, "You're going up that?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna try it." And it just one shot right up. It was so freaking perfect. And that dude is hooked. He is hooked. He went out wheeling the following day. Full day of wheeling, really green, blue trails, really didn't get it out of his system, like he thought he was going to, getting in a lower line, but it is what it is. Apparently ripped his drain plug out of the axle at some point. Nobody ever saw it.
Ripped the drain plug out of the axle?
Yeah.
The one that's sit up in there flush on the bottom?
It's on the side of the JK. And...
Okay, you're right.
And it kind of protrudes out a
little bit. That's impressive. I've seen some wild carnage. I've never seen
mine's I've never screwed in all the way flush.
Yeah.
So, but 10-15 minute drive home, rear end completely locked up.
Good.
And ruined that. And here we are 3-4 weeks later. He's got Dynatrack Pro Rock 60s and everything, full hydro, like
got a money
40s, full build going on with Valley Gearing. So it's like
he didn't even use my Yukon discount.
What's your Yukon discount? Shout out.
She Crawls.
She Crawls.
That's the code on randysworldwide.com. So it'll save you 15% off on any of the Randy's family brands.
And it supports Leah and Brent.
It doesn't do too much for me, but it helps you out.
So the way that I see it, because we have a bunch of promo codes that there's no commission, no kickback or anything, which is fine. But the companies see that you have a following that uses that, and then they support you. They want to support you more because you're sending people their way.
Yeah, true.
That's the way that I look at that. Is because we've got a few. I don't want to list them off because I love all of our brands, and whether they give us a commission or not, I love them. But yeah, it's the way I push everything because
I'll always push Yukon even if I'm
unbelievable.
Even if I'm not on the team anymore, I'll always push Yukon. They've been really, really good to me, and they're quality parts and they're good people.
Yeah, we met a few of the guys from Yukon or Randy's Worldwide at SEMA last year. Everyone was super welcoming, and you sit there, look at something for more than 30 seconds, someone's walking up to you and explaining it. Are you guys, I mean, calming down, are you guys going to try and get to SEMA this year? It's in like 2 weeks.
I have a plane ticket credit that is just burning a hole in my pocket, and I would just love to fly out there.
If you want to go to SEMA for a night, I will go with you. I mean, me and Tom have been playing with the idea. We haven't bought tickets yet.
I think a ticket's like $60.
A plane ticket?
No, for SEMA.
No. Yeah, for SEMA.
Yeah. I have a credit with Delta Airlines, and like I would need to use it. I don't know when it expires.
Don't go for SEMA Fest. You're in the industry where you could get like an actual pass to go during the week.
Yeah.
So much better than SEMA Fest. SEMA Fest is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be 100,000 civilians that are interested in cars but not in the industry. Yeah. You got to go to the actual show.
Yeah.
So we're talking about going, if we go, fly out Wednesday night, like after work Wednesday, fly out after work on Wednesday, do the show Thursday, potentially fly home Thursday night, or do half the show on Friday and fly home at noon on Friday.
Yeah.
Which would be the way to do it.
If I could get that, if my airline credit would be big enough to cover a round trip ticket, I would be open to that. But then I got to pay for hotel and food and all that while I'm there. And
Buggy build.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I am going to look and see when that airline credit expires.
And Christmas is coming up. I'm already thinking about that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too.
Yeah.
Kids.
A lot of money to spend. We're actually going to Disney for Christmas, which is going to be fun.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
it's going to be chaotic and it's going to be really expensive.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be an expensive trip.
But it's what the wife wants. And I get to go wheeling. She gets to go Disney 2 times a year.
Perfect.
Whatever she wants, right?
Perfect.
Yeah. Keep her happy and we're good to go.
Yeah.
I just want to go wheeling, and I can't even get them to do that.
I'm just tired of wheeling the Jeep. And I don't want to sit passenger.
Yeah.
So
I feel that.
We just got to suck it up for a little bit. And April will be here before we know it.
That's okay.
No, it's the first day that thing's done and starting and driving.
Oh, you're driving. You're going to drive it around to the grocery store. It's going to be everywhere. I bet.
Oh yeah. I've already looked into trying to get it, tagged and all that stuff. I got to find like a junk car or something and like, oh yeah, this is a Buick.
It's a LeMaster. Come on, guys. You can't see it.
Antique tags. That would be super cool.
Yeah. Cool. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, SheCrawls, Facebook, SheCrawls. My website's www.shecrawls.com. You can find Brent at OG Wheelin on Instagram, and you can follow his build there and keep up with both of us and what we're up to.
They got a bunch of good stuff all the time. I love your social media. I try not to be on social media, but when I am, I always find myself like scrolling through your pages.
Yeah, we appreciate that. I haven't been posted as much lately, but like I said, I've been sick and busy, and so we'll get back to content. And
I feel that.
I'll do like a post a week, but a lot of my stuff's just in my story.
Yeah.
As I'm working on the buggy, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'll just take a picture, edit to the story. So
probably turn that all into one big reel or a couple reels when the buggy's done. You can create reels from your story archives, but
yeah, posting to social media, I've kind of found myself slacking on that. But it gets so overwhelming. It's trying to come up with find a good picture and then find a good caption and just trying to just keep up. It's so overwhelming.
It can be a rat race, and there's things that I won't do just for attention on social media.
Which I appreciate. I loved your post the other day.
Oh, thank you.
I loved your post the other day because that shit drives me wild. These. I don't want to talk shit about anybody, but if you're a creator and you're only out there showing off your body in front of vehicles, you're not doing anything cool, but then they get all the attention from all these places. It sucks for people actually out there doing cool stuff that don't get attention because people are just out there showing off their body and they get all the attention.
It's the way the world works. Unfortunately, it's the way the world works, and a lot of these companies that do that and take advantage of that, historically, they don't do well in the end. And it's hard to even differentiate between those companies when they're using that to sell their products, and it's their loss. I won't rep them. I won't run their parts, and they can do things they want that way, and if you do things that way and it works for you, that's good for you. I don't have any less respect for you as a person, but I do for that company.
And it generates a lot of respect for yourself. People are like,
it's
oh,
just-
she's out there for the right reasons.
Well, I want to be
doing
a
the right
role model
stuff.
for the younger
Like,
generation. I want young
I loved your
ladies.
post. That's all I'm trying to say.
Or anybody.
Well, I want young ladies to look up to me, and I don't think anyone's parents are going to want their daughter looking up to me if I'm sitting on my buggy in a bikini. So I want to be a role model for the younger generation, because that's how we're going to keep this sport alive, is the next generation.
And just trying to stand out in a world that only cares about girls in bikinis is super hard because they get all the attention. But doing the stuff that you're doing, putting out the good content of actual wheeling, using your rig, working on it that's the good stuff.
I appreciate that. I surely appreciate that. I just try to be true to myself, and I don't have any motives. I'm not trying to get free stuff, and I'd rather buy it and see if I even like it first.
Yeah, Leah's had to make a lot of decisions in the past 2 years with starting, wheeling, loving it, starting she crawls, and then, turning things down, not wanting to associate with certain things. And,
I've turned down some big things, that's for sure.
Good guidance from people, in the social media world.
Yeah,
and
Marvin and Holly have been really good to me in that sense on just keeping an eye out.
And Luna.
And giving me advice. Yep, Luna, definitely Marlon and Luna with Offroad and Chill. And, a lot of people, don't understand that these YouTube people are, they're just normal, good people. Yeah. And they have a lot of experience in the off-road world.
All good things come with time. Don't be desperate. Don't sell yourself short. But, if there's a company you get linked up with and you like their product and you're going to use it and actually use it, that's...
Yeah, don't just say yes to something because it's free.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Yeah. You can get yourself into a little pickle or conflict down the road or lose out on an opportunity that you'd much rather have.
Absolutely. I've had people reach out to me about repping for she crawls, and there's been a couple I've had to, I've looked through their Instagram and I'm like,
a little raunchy.
Yeah, I'm like, nah. I don't think I want to have you. If you want to buy my stuff, great, but I don't think I'm going to bring you on the team.
No, hell no.
You're not really what my brand represents. So when I bring someone on the team, I watch them for a while and I make sure they're what my brand is about and that they're a good role model, for the younger generation as well. So
I don't know if you saw the last Flex Rocks Rollovers video from the fan ride.
I need to watch it.
It's she crawls and he sends.
Oh, nice. I mean, t-shirt. There's a t-shirt right there.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her. Going on the website.
Marvin said that. Marvin hadn't seen Brent wheel before.
He's like, God, how is that thing still in one piece?
Yeah, go watch that episode and text me after you watch it. It's funny.
Oh man, the first trail, I was just giving it my all, and finally, let
him watch it. Don't give it away.
In the Rubicon.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch that.
I mean,
I'll post the link to the video in the episode description.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that.
Not that Marvin needs a little podcast to help him out.
Hey, we all help each other out.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was a blast. Tennessee, Wind Rock, Sand Mines. Definitely Wind Rock. I mean, there's so much area.
Oh, that is something we're doing next year. Is we're gonna do a Tennessee tour, maybe take a week and go to Wind Rock, and maybe hit Tackett's Creek. I also really want to go to Rugged Mountain Ranch. I'm hearing amazing things about that place. So.
And next year I want to go up to Famous Redding.
Yeah, Famous Redding was cool.
Yeah, we need to get there too. Joe. With Gatekeeper Off-Road Media, I think it is. He just cut a bunch of new trails up there, so I'm excited to go out there. I think one of the X-Rock comps is going to be there this season.
Well, they're racing there. Ultra 4 is racing there again.
Yeah,
it's an East Coast and national races racing at Reading next year.
Yeah, but
I got to run around the park a little bit with Cameron Schooley, pre-running the race a little bit. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, dude.
I'd like to go back to AOP too. So cool. As long as it doesn't rain within a week before we go, because we got there and it had rained that first day or something. I don't know. Huh?
Oh, I don't care. We can keep going.
Oh,
We
okay.
can talk as long as you guys want. I've got
Just
all
a
day.
little bit of wetness at AOP, man. It completely changes the place.
Yeah, it's like rock bouncer territory.
Oh my God. Yeah, full send, like third gear wide open in the JK, starting to overheat, which it has never done, and still not making it.
Do you guys, when you go on these big wheeling adventures, the problem I have is all my friends have babies and Jeeps that don't run. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have stock-ish vehicles, like just locked and that's about it? 33s where I could keep up, because I'd love to go wheeling more. Obviously, I don't have
places we go to.
I don't have a truck anymore, so that makes it hard too.
There's really good map systems for a lot of these places, so we can be like, hey, we're gonna go here. You can take this trail, you and another guy, and then meet us right there after. You know, stuff like that.
That's one of my. I mean, the expense of rock crawling is the day, and paying for a day at the park is expensive. Fuel and everything else is always expensive. But I don't have anybody, like my buddies have Jeeps, but they don't want to abuse them like I want to abuse a Cherokee. The people that do abuse the vehicles are in buggies, or they have tons
all
under
driver, man. I mean, the Cove stuff this past year, you know, I've been running a lot of the 7 and 8 lines for Lisa Big Dogs, and it's surprising the people that get in line with me, and they're like 33s, but they're locked front and rear and have a decent lift. And the guy's like, yeah, man. I'm like, hey, we're going to go hit these hard trails. Are you okay with this? And you know, this one guy, I remember, he just like, every time I look back, he's still moving. It was crazy.
You guys might have, I met a chick 2 weeks ago at Overland Expo, a pink JL 4xe. She said she wheeled the last Big Dogs April. She not in April, her name was April, and she got in the 7s line, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. It was amazing to see, like, the people that just jump in those lines is like 37s on a stock-ish JL. You should really be in 5s, but
I mean, if you don't care about body damage and you can drive, the Jeep's capable.
Send it, yeah.
I mean, if you got lockers and a winch, send it.
My buddy Curtis, oh my gosh, he's got a Cherokee 2-door.
Beautiful.
It's not a.
Is it a 97 plus 2-door?
Oh, it is no window, no windshield. You know, 37s, and me and him, like, yeah, we're like right there neck and neck with each other, just blasting hard. You know, my buddy Zeb, 43 stickies. You know, it's just the three of us going out trying to get one last run in before 5:30 at the Cove, and it was awesome.
Did anybody break?
No, none of us.
That's an amazing day. Then when you're trying to get that last trail in, whether it be Saturday night or Sunday,
I was going to go out with them,
breaks.
But I was like, no. I was running on a borrowed axle shaft I borrowed from Brett and Evan. So I was like,
I was setting the dash timer.
I don't want to break it because then I have to buy it.
I was setting the dash timer in my JK, and I was like, dude, we just made it up Quorum in 16 minutes.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
go to Pennsylvania.
Jesus Christ.
And
you guys were racing up Quorum.
We were rolling. Yeah, me and Curtis, we were rolling. 16 minutes flat up Quorum.
See, I can't remember. I've done Quorum twice. I've broken both times. The first time I did Quorum, I broke both front axle shafts. Both of them.
Oh my god!
Don't know how I did that.
Jeez.
And then the second time I did it, I popped a tire and I didn't have a spare.
Oh.
Cool. I've never successfully done
That's
Quorum.
like my worst fear. I don't have a spare. I need a spare 39-inch red.
My spare
really
now,
any 39-inch spare, but I would like a spare red.
Yeah, my spare now is a size too small. I'm on 33s and my spare is a 31.
Yeah.
It'll get me off the trail. It'll break something if I try and do more than just getting off the trail. But
yeah.
I finally rotated my spare into the mix after like 3 years of hard wheeling. Wow.
Yeah.
What a difference.
He's running on that one tire,
Yeah.
just one.
Yeah,
that one tire gets him through everything.
Oh yeah, I put that on the back right side, so it's like, you know, really pushing me.
Hell yeah.
Well,
funny. We'll wrap this up now, unless you guys want to keep going. I don't know.
No, we're good.
We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna go look at a Rock Lizard, go look at Leah's buggy, and I don't know. I'll probably be here for another hour and a half.
Yeah.
But
hang out for a little bit.
Go follow Leah. Go follow Brent.
OG Wheeling.
OG Wheeling and She Crawls. Go buy Leah's stuff. On Randy's Worldwide, use code She Crawls.
Yeah.
Obviously, support all of our partners as well. They're all listed below the episode in the episode notes. We love you guys. We love you guys. I can't wait to have you guys on again. Thanks
for having us again.
It's always fun talking to you guys.
We love chatting with you and kind of doing a recap of life. So it's fun to kind of sit down and reflect and talk about stuff.
At some point, we'll actually do this in the woods when we're wheeling.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I need a Cherokee that works, but yeah, we can do that. I mean, we're running on my mobile setup right now. We got the Milwaukee battery.
Even like in the evenings after everybody's wheeled the shit out of their stuff all day.
Yeah, maybe we can do it at the She-Cross Shakedown.
That'd be cool.
Sure, we can do an episode before, advertising it, talking about it, putting it out there.
Cool.
Figure it out.
Awesome.
Follow them. Follow us. DirtNerdsOffroad.com. Check out She Crawls Apparel. Check out Dirt Nerds Apparel. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. And we will talk to you next week.
All right. Bye, guys.
Are you enjoying this podcast? Do you want more ridiculousness from the Dirt Nerds? Check out DirtNerdsOffroad.com. It'll link to all of our social media, as well as our YouTube page, and you can pick up some sweet merch to help support the podcast and other adventures.